Good morning. So, I just wanted to discuss really quick, if you were to look around really at the nature around you, right? You look at the trees, you look at the sky, you look at the ground, right? All of them have a gift. Trees give off oxygen. There's nothing on this planet that's created that doesn't supply something. And I had to share this and discuss it with you guys because I didn't want to hesitate on it. I didn't want to wait. I didn't want to procrastinate and wait until it sounded good or until I, thought it all the way through. But I definitely just wanted to share with you all, there's nothing on this planet that's created that doesn't have a gift inside of it. Everybody has a purpose. Everybody has a gift that's inside of you. And I was inspired by this quote that I listened to earlier. I'm going to read it to you guys really quick. So it says, all of you came to this earth because there's something the earth needed that God hid inside of you. Everything in creation was created with a gift. God created nothing without a gift in it. You are born on his planet to deliver a gift that we need. Whatever you are created to become, you possess it now. Whatever you are created to become, you have within you. The Creator never places the future outside of a thing. It's actually inside of you. You came to the planet Earth with your future inside of you. A gift is the inherent capacity to fulfill a function that meets a need in creation. If you're still looking for a job, you don't have to look for a gift because that's not something you have to look for. That's something that's already placed in you. And I find it important to share that because we wait so long to do things for ourselves, and life is short. You got to make something of yourself now. You got to find what makes you happy now. You have to do it now and not wait for someone's approval, not wait for someone else's opinion. Ask yourself, what is it that I really want to do for myself? What is it that I really want to accomplish in this world? What kind of change? I knew growing up that even if I didn't know exactly what career I was going to go into, I always told myself, I know that I want to make a positive transformation in this world that will not only help this generation, but generations to come. How will I do that? So see, your heart sees what it is that you want to do, but then your mind asks you how. And I realized based off of a few books that I've been reading, the how comes moment to moment. Like in this moment, instead of me keeping this information to myself and, not trying to make it sound great or whatever the case is, I decided to share it now because there's someone else out there who needs to hear something like this. I don't know who that is, but there's somebody that needs to hear it. So I just inspire you guys to really look into yourself. There's this proverb that I heard that says, if there is no enemy within, the enemy outside can do us no harm. Stop being your own worst enemy. Stop nitpicking everything that you do. Stop being your worst critic and be your best fan. Encourage yourself to do more for yourself. Encourage yourself to really live your life. I know some of you maybe have heard this speech by Denzel where he's talking about, he was at a graduation and it kind of puts you into like a snap of your reality in your present moment of trying to make the most out of your present. Because I realized if you were laying on your deathbed, God forbid, and you're surrounded by all the dreams and ideas that you wanted to come to life, but you never did because you were afraid, because you were scared, because you were fearful of what other people were going to think, and now they have to die with you. That's fearful. That's a strong source of regret. If you speak to someone who's elderly and you look into their eyes and you see the regret that they have for not pursuing something that they wanted to do, I am not going to be that person. I am going to make something incredible of myself. I'm going to do the things that I've been wanting to do. The things that you have gifts for are something that can come naturally. What is it something that you do naturally that inspires other people? Or actually you see the change that it creates. Even if you don't see it immediately sometimes, if it brings you joy. We spend so much time on so many other things that maybe a year from now isn't going to matter. I also always think of this, okay? We all have a purpose way before anybody had an opinion about us. I'll say it again. We all had a purpose before anybody had an opinion about us. What is the opinion of somebody else that you've made an agreement with that has hindered you from doing what you really want to do for yourself? It's okay if somebody doesn't agree with it. But if it's something that makes you feel more of who you are, and you see that you're doing something for yourself that gives you more joy, that makes more of a difference, that is really feeding this world, go do it. Stop hesitating. I've had doubts, I've had fears, I've had concerns, all of that, but they really don't compare to what I am going to do for myself. They don't compare to the courage that I speak to myself. They don't compare to the affirmations that I speak to myself. They don't compare to the positivity that I continue to speak to myself. That's what makes the real change. Always speak positivity. Always speak positivity to yourself. Like I said, be your best fan. I'll end it there for now. I'm sure I'll be back on this again. But I really just want to push somebody to do the same for themselves as I continue to practice it and do it myself as well. All right. God bless y'all. Much love. And like I said, we all have a purpose way before anybody has an opinion about us. Keep thinking positive. Keep pushing yourself to do more. And not just do more just to be busy, but really something productive that you'll feel accomplished at the end of the day. And then be a better version of yourself the next day. It's always about building upon what you did the day before. You're in competition with nobody. Only person you're in competition with is with yourself. That's it. That's it. Get your mind right. Get your mind right. I know with the stuff that I've been through in the past 7 months, I'll say, with everything that I've been through, I just thank God for His grace and for placing specific people in my life that helped me to build such a strong... My alarm went off, so the video paused. But I thank God for the people that He placed in my life, and even just the mentorship that I've had for the past 2 years, and even moving forward, the additional mentorship that I have now. I just really appreciate it because it put me in such a strong mindset to deal with everything that came within the past 7 months, And what I did for myself, I made sure that I meditated. I made sure that I always had positive affirmations going into my ears. What is it that you're putting in your ears? Because that thought process becomes a habit. That thought process becomes not just a habit, but then those habits become continual action that you do within your life. And then all those actions that you continue to do each day that don't add value to you, they add up after a while. And you got to make sure that you're creating good habits. I shared once with a friend from a meeting that I went to, and one of the speakers said, creating good habits are hard, but they make life easy. Creating bad habits are easy, but they make life hard. So because of good habits that I had already practiced day after day and continue to practice and implement, I was mentally and emotionally prepared. I know you often hear that God doesn't put more on you than you can bear. And yeah, it's true. I just want to encourage your guys' hearts, honestly. Don't waste time. Make the most out of it. How do you make the most out of it? Like I said, moment by moment. Moment by moment. With each passing moment, you do something that's positive, something that's going to build yourself, something that you're going to be proud of that you did. Even if you roll your eyes and you don't feel like doing it, do it. Because at the end of the day, you have two different people. You have one person that says, I'm going to wait till I feel like doing it and then I'll do it. Then you have the person that says, I'm going to do it until I feel it. Just keep doing. Just keep doing. So go do. What is it that you need to do? What is it that you've been pausing on? You know, I'm sure a lot of people have discussed during this quarantine that there's stuff that they try to put into perspective or just think more so about rearranging their priorities. What is it that you need to rearrange for yourself? You know? I will be back. I am going to go out and go apply stuff that I've already read for the day. And this was one of them. Look at that. This was one of them. So go out and go apply. I hope this sinks into your heart. I hope this motivates and encourages you. And I pray you feel uplifted. And I will say this because I'm sure some people don't know some of the stuff that I've been through, but I lost two important people in my life. One was somebody that was a patient that I was taking care of, who I was working with for over a year, incredible person, and he always spoke positivity. And a few months ago, it was my dad. And that's part of the reason why I'm putting this message out here, because I want you guys to be inspired to really live your lives fully and not take anything for granted, but really apply yourself. So, like I said, this was one of the things that I wanted to do that sometimes I don't always do that I didn't do in the past, because I was always thinking, I got to make sure that I have these points down and all of that. But in actuality, I said what I needed to say. And that's all that matters. And if I have something else to say, I'll just hop back on here and say it again. But I say this to you because time is short. None of us know when our day is. So why not live your life fully? So when the time comes for you to leave this earth, you can leave empty, because you left it all out on the table while you lived, and really live your life fully. So I encourage you, as I encourage myself, to always conquer those fears. And if you realize something, the thing that cures fear is action. How about that? The thing that cures fear is action. The more action you take, the more fear you cure. The more action you take, the more fear you cure. The more action you take, the more fear that you cure. And you build your confidence, right? So what is it that you're fearful of that you need to immediately take action for and cure? Go do it. All right? God bless you guys. I love you all. Stay encouraged. Stay inspired. Speak positivity to anybody that you come across. And like I said, don't be your own worst enemy. Be your own best encourager and fan. Do that. All right? You had a purpose way before anybody had an opinion about you. God bless you guys. Much love. See you later.